Welcome to Courage on the Rocks, a space where stories flow like a good glass of whiskey. We're two best friends pulling back the curtain on all the conversations that usually happen behind closed doors.
From grief and love to dating, friendship, motherhood, and all the chaos of life in your 30s. We're diving into it all with honesty, humor, and a splash of courage.
This podcast is about real stories, ours, yours, and the incredible people we'll meet along the way. Whether you're here for inspiration, a fresh perspective, or just to hear from someone who gets it, we're glad you're with us.
So grab your favorite drink, hit play, and join us as we navigate the highs, the lows, and everything in between, one episode at a time.
Right. It's been a long week.
It's been a very long week.
Yeah.
But here we are, because we're not quitters.
We're not.
No, we're hardworking women. Cheers.
That's refreshing.
Yeah, I pulled extra tequila in there today because
We need it.
we really need it. Because
Our topic of
I
conversation.
was like, life is insane.
Life, that
Life
works
is
too.
insane. I
That
can't
might
remember
as well-
shit.
That might as well be the topic. Life is insane.
Life is insane.
Yeah.
And if you're anything like us, you probably feel a little overworked and
Yeah.
got some big stuff happening.
Yeah.
Some big stuff.
Yeah.
It's about to start.
Big stuff.
For
And
us.
also, we're in the middle of summer now. We are officially in heat weather, and
Yeah.
yeah, you can start the timer. We're gonna start the timer. So we don't go an hour into this.
I feel like many
you
of
go.
you will appreciate that.
Yeah.
We're here. This is what's happening right
Yes.
now. We're here and working towards efficiency and still productivity because, hey, we got careers and we're career women. But also trying to balance life, work,
Yeah.
partners,
Yeah.
child, dog child, man child. Everything in between.
Yeah, all of it in
Yeah.
between. Yeah.
Yeah, just like all of you guys are probably doing that too.
Yeah.
And sometimes it feels like way more intense than other times.
Yeah. And I think we're
Yeah.
going to be in this season right now where I think a lot of the priority is spent on work
Yes.
just because of this is normally my off time.
Yeah, and I'm usually
I'm
so
really-
jealous of her.
Yeah. And then towards the end of her off time is when I begin school and I'm just like,
True.
ah.
But I only get 2 weeks of off time.
Yeah.
Like, that's it.
That's true.
So usually she gets all of summer to just dilly-dally around. I don't know what you fools
I,
do. Like,
I work summer school, so like, for a
off
whole
at 2.
Yeah, off at 2, no
Right.
big deal.
I'm gonna
Start
go
at 8.
sunbathe and
Yeah.
drink a tequila
Yeah,
in the middle of the
right.
day. And,
Right, exactly.
Right? I'm gonna go on this trip. And I'm over here like, I'm slaving away.
Yeah, I'm dying.
I'm melting.
Yeah, but this summer is different.
Because I reined her in. Pulled
First
her
time.
into the dark side.
Yeah, right. Come join us in the pains that we're going to be going through.
Right. Seriously.
If I have to suffer through this, you're going to suffer through this. That's basically what it was.
It's basically what's going on here.
Yeah.
So, a little behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah.
You get to know us a little bit
Yeah.
and what we do for work.
Yes.
So, Liana is a second grade teacher
Yep.
at a local elementary.
Yep.
I work at UC Merced. I run a K-12 outreach laboratory on campus, so I actually get to have her students
yeah.
and a bunch of students from all over Central Valley come into my lab and do really cool, fun science projects.
Yeah.
More like, not projects, but
Experiments.
lab experiments.
Yeah, love it. In a legit university,
And,
like,
yeah.
with lab coats and everything's the cutest
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Same type of lab that like undergrads learn in. They get
Yeah.
to come in, sit in those same chairs.
Yeah.
And the roles kind of switch. They're in the chairs, and then my undergrads who want to be teachers are the ones who are teaching those STEM lessons. So it's a really cool experience, and that's what happens, in fall and spring.
Yeah.
And then summer, shit goes nuts because I run a really intense Summer STEM Academy. So it's Bobcat Summer STEM Academy. It's for 1st through 12th grade.
Yeah.
They're 2-day to week-long academies. And,
8 weeks long.
8 weeks.
For the next 8 weeks, please, if you need us,
We're not here.
We're not here.
So basically at one point in time, I'll have, 175 students just on campus to learn, things that they're never going to be exposed to in the K-12 system. So like astrophysics, they're learning to code drones, they're learning about robotics. At first graders who are learning to code with Legos. Chemistry, they're doing things in a whole variety of things that they would have never been able to touch or see. Likely, right? One, if you got a kid, check out Bobcat Summer STEM Academy. It's through CalTeach at UC Merced.
Come join us.
Yes. But the other piece to that is the piece where Liana comes in. So we were hiring for a position, and your position is called, do you remember?
Yes. Education specialist.
There it is. I asked because I couldn't remember. Community education specialist. Sorry to put you on the dot.
I was like, what is my title? I think a couple of months ago you reached out. You're like, hey, we have this amazing job. I would love if you can apply. Look into, are you interested? I'm like, what? I can work with Mariah and this summer? Why not? Sounds so cool.
Sounds so nice.
Cool. I was like, you know what? I've always wanted to be interested to see what you do in the summer. Because I think all through our friendship years, I was like, I don't know why you're so stressed in the summer. Like, what's the big deal? just take the weekend off. Come join me as I, go river rafting or do other fun stuff. And you're like, I have no time. I have no life at this time. I was like, no, you're fine. You can do it.
Being dramatic.
Right?
Dramatic.
So naive me was like, I got this. I'm going to apply. This is going to be great. Great for our friendship. Great for my job experience. This is all going to be amazing. Did the interview.
I did not interview her. It was very non-biased.
We did the interview, got the job, got paperwork, HR. And then officially started. And I'm looking through the files and emails and links she sent me through. I'm like, oh, shit. Like if you put whole school, smash fall and spring together in 8 weeks, this is what her life looks like for the next 8 weeks. I was like, girl, over 200 people are going to be on campus and you're in charge of them all. And they all have to be running at these. So you have 8 different camps running at the same time, all at once on the same day. From first graders who are, mind you, 6 years old, who barely living in the education world, to high school kids who are who care less about this. So she's in charge of all of this, and I'm just looking at the file. I'm like, trying to wrap my head around this long thing, and she's got it all beautifully organized. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna be a part of this.
Keep in mind, Liana has 4 days, 4 working days until BSA officially starts.
Yes.
Until she is thrown into the fire, the pits of hell.
That's what we were talking about too. It was like, okay, when do I start? Because my school didn't end until May 30th. And then you guys the next Monday we will see you. And I was like, okay.
See you soon.
See you soon. And then today you were like, all right, you got 4 days, learn everything. Let's go. We got it. This is it. I'm like, okay, here we go. So I'm excited. We have not worked professionally together since Swarovski.
Yes.
And that was many years ago.
Many different moons.
Many moons. Totally different job. That one was nothing compared to what we're going to be doing now.
No. So funny enough, so I met Liana in undergrad. First semester, I was like, I don't know who this chick is. Kind of care less. Second semester, I was like, oh, okay, maybe we can be friends. I don't know. I had a job.
She judged me way too hard because of my outfit.
I judged pretty quick.
But I had to work. I had to go to work.
I did not know her job.
She
was in pencil skirts and blazers, crystal jewelry, hair back perfectly, not a single hair out of place, makeup on point. And I'm over here who is this bitch?
What college kids look like?
We're in class right now. We're freaking 20 years old. I'm like, okay.
Okay. Not friends with her.
Anyways, she looks like she just hopped out of the shower and put on some freaking diamonds. I don't understand. Anyways, we became friends. I had a job that was actually pretty good for my career, honestly, but I hated it. I really learned from a young age what it was like to work with really bad leadership. And that was something I took with me and that I was never going to allow myself to do again. And so she convinced me to go to the dark side, get paid significantly less.
Oh yeah, dirt cheap. Less than like minimum wage.
In a dirty mall.
Yeah. But that's a vintage mall.
I had to like have pepper spray as walking to my car at 11 o'clock at night. In the dark. Like, yeah.
It was definitely an experience. I think I was like, yeah, no, you're miserable at your job. Quit it. Come join us.
Join me. Yeah. And then I got the job. We never got to work together because I knew we were best friends.
I know. Our schedule never worked out.
So where's the fun?
Fun with that.
That's what I'm saying. So now
it's different.
I pulled her into the dark side. But I did it because just like I would do for anybody, if you're the right fit for the job, I'm going to send it your way, just like I did with other people. And it just so happened that she got the position.
Yeah. I think it was really interesting for this position because, and you know, I've had a conversation about it. Job descriptions are really important. I think when the HR is bringing paperwork and have all the criteria and stuff in job description, when it comes to something like that, there needs to be some sort of transparency of it because what is on paper might not be exactly what it's doing in action. And I think this is really important for anyone who's out there looking for jobs and stuff. Like, ask the questions. When you're in the interview, be honest about it. Ask them, like, what does the daily schedule look like? Be honest with me. Like, how am I going to impact what's about to happen? Because that's one of the questions I ask. Like, what does the daily schedule look like? You have all of these, like, things that you want me to do in job description, but that's, like, that doesn't tell me really what the daily steps are going to be like. And I think when you and I had that conversation of what the daily schedule looks like and what my responsibility roles are, because I've also had experience in the world of teaching, but not to the level of like mentoring, of being in charge of all these high school kids and these community college interns as well, who just got out of high school and about to start their lives in this education or dabbling into or becoming interested in it, in education as well. So like I get to share that knowledge.
Yeah, it's a really cool opportunity for Liana because while we teach first through 12th grade students in these academies, it's our undergrads teaching. I'm running the show, but at the end of the day, that's not what we actually hired Liana for. She isn't going to be teaching the K-12 students. She's actually going to be doing running this different program on a side that I also run, but it segues and intersects into my larger program. So the cool part is that Liana is going to be working with high school and community college students who want to be future teachers. So they're all aspiring teachers. They're all really passionate, wanting that experience. And we needed the perfect person who was going to mentor them and bring that out of them and help them understand, like, oh yeah, this is for me. I feel good here. Or, oh, I realize that teaching isn't for me. I'm so glad I had this opportunity early.
I think also being able to relate to them in a real world scenario of like what is it like to actually talk to kids and like get their attention and help navigate them through these new experiences that these first through sixth graders are going to be going through. Like, how do you talk to someone like that? How do you get their attention? How do you keep them focused? All of these little nuances in which, like, I've had years of training experiences, and now I get to reflect that back onto these new babies. Which now I'm going to have to go on TikTok and learn the new lingo and Gen things. I'm like, okay.
I still struggle with it. That's okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So if you have any suggestions, or let us know.
Because we don't know half the shit that's being said anymore.
No, I funny. Like, what does that mean now? That's not the same as what I thought it used to be.
It's great.
I'm excited. How about you? Are you excited to be working with me?
Yeah, I'm super excited. I think when it like got solidified, even before like she even applied, she's like, like, we just don't want relationships to be damaged here, right? Because like who we are professionally isn't necessarily who we are as friendship, and I think it's definitely interesting, right? I think it's gonna be interesting, but I don't think we're gonna have a problem. We're very good at like just talking through things. So I'm excited. I think it's going to be really fun. We get a carpool to work every day, and Leo gets to partake in that. So it's going to be fun.
It is. I, like, my family and friends and other colleagues who know that, like, I got this position, they're like, why Merced? Like, that's such a far drive for you. I'm like, I'm telling you, a good percentage of me taking this job is knowing that I get to work with my best friend. I know that I get to vent with you along the drive down and the drive back, and like we get to debrief together and see how well it went, and I could bounce ideas. So like I am looking forward to that and working with that. But I think like also for our relationship as friends, like there is that boundary line of like professionally we are in the education sector, but so totally different. I mean, like, and when it comes to education, like my view, my hands-on direct with working with kids is very much different than like her group of students. I think, and I think that's the beauty of it, is then we get to really see each other. And like I get to see what's part of her world and what she's doing, and then she also gets to see like how I work with kids and like how I approach with them and I talk to them, and also like nurture them into becoming future teachers.
Yeah, I'm excited for the whole process. I think we're all going to learn a lot. I'm excited to like have you see a part of my world, because no one ever gets to see it.
No, not at all.
It's like completely isolated, right? But also like I'm really proud of the point that I got, you know, that where I'm at in my career, and so it's really cool. I get to show this side of myself to you. And I love that.
And I also love to see, like, I got to see a glimpse of it, you as like your director position when we brought our students here to your site. But now, like, as the summer level of it, like the intensity of like every single day she's got like this director hat on. It'd be just really interesting to see like what that's like. And like, I agree with you. This program has grown tremendously. I mean, you're taking kids to Yosemite. Like that's amazing. Like overnight. You know, like it's pretty cool how far your little 5 years of seedling went to like this flourishing summer camp.
I think when I first started, so the first summer, I think I had like 120 something kids in the summer. And then now, like at max capacity, we can hold a little over 800. You know, in a period of 6 weeks. And then we added residential camps in Yosemite, and high school teaching academies, and community college teaching, and all these cool pathways. So
like kids who are able to come into the program get college credit and also get this hands-on experience. Like,
and they get paid.
Like that's pretty much like a checkbox. Like if I was an undergraduate and like I was thinking about teaching, like look at that. I get paid, I get units, and I get the hands-on experience that I could put on my resume saying that like I have worked with kids before. That's pretty incredible. Also, like, can you please tell us about the Yosemite trip? Because I mean, I hope I get to go on that one.
Yeah, do you? Well, it's a good thing you know someone.
I know, right?
I may be able to support this. So this was a partnership that I worked really, really hard for. It was literally been a year in the making. A year ago, we went up to talk to them. They have this beautiful new like Hennis Ridge facility. Well, facility that's in Hennis Ridge. It's a national science center, education center. And it literally just opened. It's brand new, like state of the art, and it's all residential and camping. And they have instructors in Yosemite who will teach your students fire science or whatever science topic related up there, right? And so we chose fire science because we think it's amazing, and given climate and everything happening right now, it's really ideal, right? And so being able to partner with them, and then also finding partners here in the valley, because we didn't want the kids to pay for it because it's expensive. So we had to find a partner who was willing to pilot this for the first time with us. So we were able to do that with MCSDU, Merced City School District. They picked 15 kids, right? These are 15 kids out of everybody, thousands of kids, and they get to go up for this residential camp.
So when you say residents, you mean like, can you explain like what is that?
They're literally sleeping and eating at the National Science Education Center up in Yosemite. That is brand new and just built. And so eating, sleeping, you do all of your education there. You get access to all of Yosemite Valley, like all of Yosemite in general. And they get to learn from like experts, you know. So it's kind of amazing. And then you have chaperones, which is where I come in, potentially Liana.
Yeah.
And then ideally 2 or 3 of my undergrads who want to be educators and teaching outdoor education is actually, I find it actually complicated.
It is.
Because it's all about accessibility, right?
It is.
So getting them into Yosemite is kind of a big deal. And so we're piloting it and hoping that we can just expand and make it bigger and bigger in the coming summers. But it's awesome.
Yeah. It's really amazing because, you know, you and I had this conversation in previous episodes talking about accessibility and equity and like exposing kids to opportunities that they could not even possibly have dreamed of. And like for me and listening to this, and when I saw that, the Yosemite fire and like residency to be able to stay there at this historic national park in which everybody around the world knows Yosemite.
But it's right in their backyard, and these are kids who probably have never even touched that space.
Yeah, exactly. And like to been able to open that door for them and say, hey, come join us in this once in a lifetime opportunity in which you are staying at this park, learning from hands-on from people who are in this world. Like, and people are going to grow up thinking, oh my God, because of this experience, now I can do this. Because of this experience, you know, just like understanding education in the outdoors or even fire. You know, they could be like even open up to like becoming a firefighter and what does Cal Fire mean and how does that work with the national parks and rangers and all that. So like
I agree. It was really cool because we had to be at this board meeting that was approving the contract. And literally they stayed up until 11 at night. This board meeting didn't end until 11:55, right? But when they came across it, they couldn't stop talking about like their comments were, this is life-changing. We need more than 15, right? They're like, we need more. Like this is going to change lives, right? And the cool part is it does. That's why I love my job is everything that we do is meant to like literally change what they think about themselves, who they think they can be, and give them like opportunity to dream bigger. So it's really cool.
And giving them just that opportunity, the support, and that step stool of saying, hey, here's your chance. So it's really cool. I like it. So that is us working together for the next 8 weeks. I'm excited.
So, okay, before we end, what is one thing that you're like looking forward to most about summer?
Oh, I am looking forward to being open and becoming a mentor the way I think that like I can be to high school and community college kids. I think I've spent so long in the elementary sector that like working at a UC system and working with high school and college kids and just seeing that fire and that light of, oh, this is why. This is our why. This is why we teach. This is why we mentor. Like, I can't wait to see that in them and for them to be able to take the knowledge and experience that I give them and see that firsthand, them practicing it on these little kids that are going to be there. So I'm very excited to do that. I'm looking forward to that part of it.
I'm excited, to watch you grow. I think it's going to be really, really full of opportunities of growth for you in areas you haven't been able to grow in yet. So that's exciting. And we're going to make a pact that whatever happens in the next, 6, 7, 8 weeks, that we are going to come back on this podcast together as one, still friends, still best friends. Only we're just more tight to bed. We're stronger, right?
Yes, we're stronger. I promise.
Okay.
Very good.
I promise too.
Cheers.
Thanks for tuning into Courage on the Rocks.
Until next time, hold on to your courage and we'll see you soon. Cheers!